Bonjour. Today we're going to do the verb avoir. So this is going to be your first conjugation. The verb avoir is an irregular verb in French, and it means to have. Okay? So when we do the conjugation, about 2 weeks ago, we went over pronouns. All right, so the way we set up our pronouns are going to be 2 columns. So the first column is what we consider singular. And then the second column are the pronouns that we think of as plural. Oops. Okay. So we have je meaning I, tu meaning you, il is he, elle is she, on is one, or it can also be we. And then you have nous meaning we. So je is part of we. If I say I am a part of we. So je is part of nous. Tu and vous, both of them mean you. This one always means you singular, and this one is going to be you singular formal, or it's going to be you plural. And then he and she, over here you have the plurals of that, meaning they. Il is going to be a bunch of guys, or it's going to be a group of guys and girls. And then elle can only be a group of girls. Okay, so when your verb starts with a vowel, you're going to get rid of the E, you're going to put an apostrophe, and you get j'ai. Tu as, il, elle, on a, nous avons, vous avez, ils ou elles ont. J'ai, tu as, il a, elle a, on a, nous avons. It sounds like a flying Z over here. We're blending. Vous avez, ils ont, elles ont. I have, you have, he has, she has, one has, or we have, informal. We have, you, the class, or you, to an adult being formal. You have, and they have. Okay, so here is an example. So if you had Christine et John, you're going to think about what pronoun is going to replace this. So it would be il, right? And let's say ils ont deux chaises. They have 2 chairs. Christine et John ont 2 chaises. Okay, so you can use the pronoun or you could use the proper nouns. All right, now let's look at negatives. How do we make a sentence negative? Whether it's with the verb avoir or any other verb, okay? So to make any, let's write it out. To make any verb or any sentence negative for right now, okay? There's other ways, but for right now, starting out, we're going to add a ne and a pas, okay? Or an apostrophe if that verb starts with a vowel. And you're going to add ne and pas around the verb, okay? It's like a bookend. So, for example, tu as un stylo. Here's my verb. Tu n'as pas. And now we're going to look at another piece of the puzzle here. That's a D. Tu n'as pas de stylo. Okay, so backtracking. To make any sentence at this point, beginning French, to make a negative, you're going to add ne or pas, or an apostrophe in front of the verb, right, if it starts with a vowel. So positive sentence, tu as un stylo, you have a pen. Tu n'as, here's my an apostrophe, because this starts with a vowel. Tu n'as pas, you bookend your verb, okay? The second part of the puzzle with a negative is, we'll write it as a note, okay? Un, une, or des, and if you remember, these are your indefinite articles. Un, une, or des changes to de, deux, in a negative sentence. Okay. Let me give you an example of a sentences that you've used in the past, just again to practice negative. So for example, when we started out the year, ça va? We know that this is our verb. This becomes ça ne va pas. So this time I'm bookending this verb. It's going, meaning I'm okay. It's not going well. Okay? All right, let me give you another example with avoir. Joël a un poster Joël n'a pas, because it's negative, my un is going to change to de. Il n'a pas de poster. Okay. One more example. Christine et Daniel ont des crayons. And And we're going to switch this to a pronoun just because it'll shorten the sentence a little bit. These are two girls. So, elles n'ont pas. Here's my negative. Here's my DE. Whoop. De crayon. Okay? All right, so that is it. So part of this lesson, we covered the verb avoir in the present tense to say that you have something. And we also looked at how to make the verb avoir negative or any other verb, how we make it negative. Okay?